I didn't cry when they laughed at me. I didn't flinch when his mother wrinkled her nose, when his sister whispered too loudly, when his father smirked as if I were some charity case. No, when they said I wasn't fit for the family jet, I swallowed the words pressing against my tongue and simply nodded. That was the last night I played silent. I met him 7 years ago, when I was still young enough to confuse attention with love. He charmed me with promises of safety, of belonging, of a family who would finally accept me. What a cruel joke. They never accepted me. They tolerated me the way a cat tolerates a broken clock, unmoving, useless, out of place. But I believed in him. I built a life around him. And when he placed the ring on my finger, I thought I was stepping into loyalty. Instead, I was stepping into a cage. The betrayal didn't arrive in one blow, it dripped in. His phone face down at dinner. Trips he forgot to mention. The way his cologne lingered in the house when he hadn't been home in days. But it was the message that broke the silence. She really thinks she's coming on the jet? Pathetic. Don't worry, you'll have me all to yourself when we land. Her name was saved under something innocuous, a business contact. But I recognized her, the same woman he once assured me was just a friend. My chest burned, but my face didn't move. He didn't deserve a performance. That night, I stopped being his wife. I became his shadow. I copied his financial records while he slept. I traced the shell accounts he thought I couldn't understand. I memorized the passwords he typed carelessly in front of me. Piece by piece, I pulled the mask off the empire he and his family thought was untouchable. It wasn't rage that guided me. It was precision. Rage is noisy. Precision is silent. I didn't confront him. Instead, I hired a lawyer. Quiet, efficient, expensive. We drafted papers no one saw coming. Divorce filings tied to evidence of infidelity, hidden assets, and tax evasions his father's accountants overlooked. By the time the family laughed me out of their jet, I already held the knife at their throat. Still, I smiled. I told them, of course, the bus will be fine. They didn't hear the amusement in my voice. The storm came for them that night. A private jet forced to land through violent turbulence. Their phones lit with panic, but I didn't answer. I was already gone. First class, champagne in hand, ticket to Bora Bora booked under a name they'd never recognize. And I wasn't alone. Across from me sat the one person who knew every detail of my plan. My lawyer, my ally, the man who made me realize I didn't need their family or their fortune. I had something far sharper, the truth. When they finally called, begging for updates, I let it ring. By then, the filings had already gone through. The court had already frozen assets. Their empire was bleeding, and they didn't even know where the cuts were coming from. The storm was only the beginning. Weeks later, he showed up. Sunken eyes, jaw tight, voice raw. "Why are you doing this? You're destroying everything." I tilted my head, calm as still water. "I'm not destroying anything. I'm revealing." He ranted, cursed, begged. The man who once laughed at my silence now feared it. I didn't need to shout. I just slid the folder across the table. Documents, screenshots, bank records, love notes written to another woman. His face drained with every page. "Do you know what you've done?" he whispered. "Yes," I said. I freed myself. The confrontation wasn't fireworks. It was quiet, devastating clarity. He realized, too late, that he had underestimated me, that every smirk, every insult, every dismissal was a brick in the foundation of my revenge. I left him sitting there, trembling, staring at the ruins of his carefully hidden life. In Bora Bora, the water was warm, the air untouched by their cruelty. I woke to the sound of waves instead of whispered insults. I ate without being judged, laughed without being mocked, breathed without permission. For the first time in years, I felt light. I didn't just escape them, I rewrote the story they wrote me into. I still hear their laughter sometimes. The echo of his mother's voice, sharp and condescending. She can take a bus, and I smile. Because while their jet landed in a storm, mine touched down in paradise. Not alone, not broken, and not theirs anymore.